Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Manatee Hurricane Battalion Annual Award Ceremony. I'm Cadet Major Vanessa Burge, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies for tonight's award ceremony. Please stand for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. Cadets, please remain standing. At this time, Cadet Sky Greenwood will recite the JROTC Cadet Creed. Cadets, please be seated. Tonight we recognize our accomplishments from the 2025-2026 school year. The year started off strong as we transitioned to a new group of highly motivated leaders determined to uphold the virtues of the Hurricane Battalion. This year, we completed 4 major service learning projects, an annual food drive raising over 1,100 cans for the St. Joseph's Food Pantry, a toy drive for Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, our Big Buddy project with Manatee Elementary, and Mentoring the Future with the Boys and Girls Club. We completed our Raider season with both our male and female Raider teams competing in the Florida State Raider Meet. We also sent a male and female team to the Florida Best Raider competition with David Hernandez and Enrique Lopez competing in the male division, and Flora Mendoza and Elena Christian competing in the female division, taking 5th place out of 16 teams. Recently, 4 of our drill teams competed in the Florida State drill competition, with our female armed squad finishing 4th in the state out of 30 teams. We also recently completed our JROTC program of accreditation and scored an impressive 99.3%. While our program has accomplished many notable achievements, it would not have been possible without the help of everyone involved. Let's take a moment to honor the commitment of our instructors, our cadets, their parents, and Manatee High School have all shown our program. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Manatee High School Senior Army Instructor, Lieutenant Colonel Crawford.
Good evening, Ms. Fleming, Mr. Hall, special guests, the Shannon family, the Hurricane Battalion family and friends. Welcome to the Hurricane Battalion Awards Ceremony. Before we begin, I would also like to introduce some of our special guests who are seated on the stage. Mr. Stanley Wyman from the Korean War Veterans Association, Ms. Deb Barber from the Daughters of the American Revolution, Mr. John Fitzpatrick from the Sons of the American Revolution, Mr. Ian Brooks Miller from the commander of the VFW Post 10141, Mr. Frank Bruner from the American Legion, Commander Donna Fournier, United States Navy retired, Lieutenant Colonel retired Richard Pack, the 101st Airborne Division Association, and Sergeant Aguilar from the United States Marine Corps, and Sergeant First Class Joseph from the United States Army. So for those of you out there who have been to one of these before, you might notice a slight switch up tonight. I normally give a quick intro before the XO gives the 1 minute one over the world. But tonight I wanted to switch it up a little because I wanted to highlight a few things. First, I wanted to elaborate on the point that the XO made about the Hurricane Battalion achieving a 99.3% score during our formal inspection in March. That's not only our highest score ever, but also the highest score in the county. That's 7 JROTC programs, not just the highest score this year, but of all time. The highest score ever in Manatee County, and the highest score the evaluator has given to any school. I say that not to brag, but to make a point about how leaders develop, build trust, and achieve success. Each year in the Hurricane Battalion is similar to the year prior in that the mission is the same, the structure is the same, the major events are the same, and so on. But each year is also very different in that we have a large new group of freshman cadets and new leaders charged with the responsibility of moving the battalion forward and carrying on our rich tradition dating back to 1993. Each year we hear the same concern from some of our departing seniors. Who is going to take the mantle of leadership and keep it going? These concerns aren't all bad because it lets you know how much they care about their battalion and that they're still invested. Sometimes it does look bleak because you can't always identify the leaders immediately and you have to have some faith. Sometimes we have leaders that we have known from day one in the program. Someday they're going to be the battalion commander or the command sergeant major. In other years, they emerge over time. Like last year's battalion commander, Brody Hall, who was kind of what we refer to in the Army as a gray man for his first 2 years in the program. Brody was a great cadet those first 2 years, but as Sergeant Major Zock likes to say, he wasn't necessarily eating the paint off the walls. Then, at the end of his sophomore year, Sergeant Major challenged him. He said, "Brody, are you ready to step up?" And Brody did not hesitate and became our strongest first sergeant his junior year and ultimately became our battalion commander in his senior year. For those who were here last year, you might remember Brody's remarks after relinquishing command of the battalion where he eloquently gave much of the credit for success to other cadets, instructors, and his parents. Specifically, he recognized his former company commander, Nicole Bailey, who is here with us tonight in the audience, for helping shape him into the leader that he would become, and to Claire Bailey while serving as his XO while he was the battalion commander. Brody had a natural charisma and was a great example in humility, 1 year later, he's almost finished with his first year at the United States Military Academy at West Point, on his way to becoming an Army officer. Moving into this year is no different. We had some concerns, but those concerns were quickly put aside after our new leaders took charge and got their feet under them. Now, this part is off the script, so I'd like to have Cadets Sitlali Sosa and Paige Christine to come up on the stage, please. Ladies, you can have a seat so you're not standing at attention the whole time. The success of the battalion lies on the shoulders of every cadet sitting here tonight. However, it all starts at the top. The leaders will either make it happen or let it fail. Sitlali Sosa and Paige Christine are up here tonight representing all of our cadets, but I want to say a few things about each of them as we bid farewell to our seniors tonight. Those of you who know them both, it's easy to see that they have two completely different leadership styles. Command Sergeant Major Paige Christine is what we would refer to as a force of nature. She builds trust through decisive action and presence. She leads from the front, sets the tempo, and drives results. She demonstrates intensity and initiative. She creates momentum through direction and energy. She gets the job done, period. There's a quote from William Butler Yeats that reminds me of Paige when he wrote, "Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking." Paige lives this mindset, driven, vocal, unstoppable in her pursuit of excellence. Sitlali Sosa is a quiet professional. She is steady, consistent, and humble. She leads by example, action over words, always deferring accolades to others. She demonstrates tremendous resilience without recognition. She creates confidence through calm and steady leadership. She earns respect and trust through her actions and not her rank. There is a quote from an ancient Chinese philosopher named Lao Tzu that reminds me of Sitlali when he wrote, "A leader is best when people barely know she exists. When the work is done, they will say, 'We did it ourselves.'" Sitlali Sosa exemplifies this ideal through humility, resilience, and steadfast dedication, setting a standard for excellence without ever seeking the spotlight. Two very different styles, one mission, trust earned through leadership. I thank both of them and all of our seniors for what they have done for the Hurricane Battalion. Please give them a round of applause. Ladies, please return to your seats. Later tonight, we will conduct a change of command ceremony, and our new leaders will start their journey. I ask all cadets to support your new leaders. I have ultimate confidence in both theirs and the battalion's success. Why? For two main reasons. Number one, our instructors and our school administrators will not let us fail. I doubt you will find another school that provides the level of support to their JROTC program than Manatee High School does. I also doubt that you will find another JROTC program with instructors like Command Sergeant Major Zock and First Sergeant Koselik, who are dedicated and highly competent professionals who care about our students. They will do anything for our cadets. They will push them very hard, but also lift them up every day. Most of the cadets sitting here tonight do not even begin to understand what life lessons they are learning. Most of them probably just think Sergeant Major is too hard on them. Well, he is hard on you because he cares. He cares about you, your development, pushing yourself, preparing for life after high school. He cares about the Hurricane Battalion, Manatee High School, and upholding our tradition of excellence. And much like the style contrast with Cadets Sosa and Christine, you also see it in our instructors. Sergeant Major is bold, vocal, demanding, intense. First Sergeant is the comedian of the group, much more reserved, keeps the mood light, but he's also extremely dedicated to our program. You will not find many other programs where it is the most junior rank instructor who is spending the numerous hours with great attention to detail preparing the many Army-required reports and tasks and maintaining the property book, etc. These are not trivial tasks, at least not to the Army. And you will not find many other programs that do not have to call First Sergeant Kraselic for advice on many of these tasks. You also do not see many other instructors who plan and execute an awards ceremony to this level. This ceremony is a work in progress, which begins immediately following the conclusion of tonight's ceremony. Our JROTC program excels because of the support of our administrators and these two dedicated professionals, and I am personally thankful to work with them every day. Our students should be extremely grateful, but many won't realize until several years what they have gained here. One day the light bulb will turn on, and they will finally understand what we were trying to teach them. That was number one. Reason number two, why I have ultimate confidence in the battalion's success is simple. Our new leaders, like rising seniors Emma Velasquez, Fernando Mercado, David Hernandez, Vanessa Burge, Addison Gallman, many others, along with other rising stars like Elena Christian, who will be our next Command Sergeant Major as only a junior. You have already demonstrated your potential, which placed you in this position. To whom much is given, much is expected. Peer leadership is tough. Just ask Cadets Sosa and Christine. It won't be easy. But I know you will rise to the challenge. You must believe in yourself because we believe in you. With all that said, let's get the ceremony moving. Thank you all for attending. And let me be the first to congratulate all of our recipients. Thanks to all of our cadets for all they have done and everything they will do for our school, our program, and our community. Thank you.
We will now begin our national and chapter awards. The Battalion Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. The Battalion Award is an award awarded to a cadet who demonstrates patriotism, love for our country, and service to our nation. The Battalion Award recipient ranks in the upper 10% of their JROTC class and in the upper 20% of their high school class. Presented to Mia Gubernat. The Korean War Veterans Association JROTC Medal, presented by Mr. Stanley Wayman. The Korean War Veterans Association JROTC Medal is an award designed for JROTC cadets of all services to recognize the service and sacrifice of veterans who served in the Korean War or in the defense of Korea. It is presented to cadets who demonstrate excellence and honor that legacy. Presented to Lucas Toy. The U.S. Cavalry and Armor Association Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. The U.S. Cavalry and Armor Association Award recognizes the cadet who displays an outstanding leadership, military bearing, and top-tier performance in both JROTC and academic studies, focusing on those with a positive attitude towards the program. Presented to Madison Tasney. The Daughters of the American Revolution Youth Leadership Medal, presented by Deborah Barber. The recipient has displayed loyalty and patriotism to the JROTC program and community, ranks in the upper 25% of their JROTC class and in academic subjects, and shows qualities of disability and good character. Presented to Evelyn Ramirez. The Daughters of the American Revolution Bronze ROTC Medal, presented by Deborah Barber. The recipient has demonstrated academic excellence, dependability, good character, adherence to military discipline, leadership, and a fundamental and patriotic understanding of the importance of JROTC. Presented to Elena Christian. The Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. The recipient is a cadet who has shown a high degree of patriotism and demonstrated a high degree of academic performance and leadership. Presented to Abraham Valadares. That's the part. The United States Daughter of 1812, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. The recipient is a cadet who has demonstrated qualities of academic excellence, leadership, military discipline, dependability, patriotism, and upright character in speech and habits, which amplify the ideals upon which our nation was founded. Presented to Eliza Hires. The National Society Daughters of the American Colonist Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. The recipient has demonstrated academic excellence, high participation in JROTC extracurricular activities, and outstanding character and leadership potential. Presented to Nyala Subar. The Sons of the American Revolution Award, presented by John Fitzpatrick. In recognition of outstanding leadership qualities, military bearing, and excellence, thus amplifying the high ideals and principles which motivated and sustained our patriot ancestors. Presented to Tony LeBoy. United States Army Warrant Officer Association Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. Awarded to a cadet that has set themselves apart from their peers through outstanding achievements, demonstrated leadership, and high level of dedication to the battalion. Hunter Brush, Genesis Alvarenga, Fernando Mercado, and Jarimar Velez. The Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry Award, presented by Sergeant Major Zock. This award recognizes an outstanding cadet who has contributed the most to encouraging Americanism and has demonstrated academic excellence. The recipient also displays potential for outstanding leadership and values. Presented to Keegan Cusack. The Veterans of Foreign Wars Award, presented by Mr. Ian Brooks Miller. Awarded for patriotism, devotion to school, community, and America, recognition of outstanding achievements, and exponential leadership qualities. The recipient is an individual who practices service through repeated acts of support for JROTC and the community. Presented to Elias Hernandez. The American Legend Scholastic Award, presented by Mr. Frank Berner. The recipient must be in the top 10% of their academic class and be in the top 25% of their JROTC class, have demonstrated qualities of leadership, and participated in relevant student activities such as student organization and sports. Presented to Patrick Burnett. The American Legend Military Excellence Award, presented by Mr. Frank Berner. The cadet must be in the top 25% of his or her academic and JROTC classes, have demonstrated outstanding qualities in military leadership, discipline, character, and citizenship. Presented to Clinton Guerrero. U.S. Army Recruiting Command Award, presented by Sergeant First Class Joseph. The recipient has demonstrated potential for assuming positions of increased responsibility, possess of fundamental and patriotic understanding of JROTC. Presented to David Hernandez. The Military Officers Association of America, presented by Commander Donna Foreigner. Be in good academic standing, demonstrate a high degree of loyalty to the Hurricane Battalion, Manatee High School, the community, and the United States of America. Demonstrate exponential potential for the military leadership. Presented to Marley Monteiro. M. Betts Award, presented by First Sergeant Kerselik. Presented to a cadet who is in good academic standing, has displayed a high degree of loyalty to their program, community, and country, and a potential for military leadership. Presented to Tramley Tran. Association of the U.S. Army Award, presented by First Sergeant Kerselik. Presented to an outstanding JROTC cadet who demonstrates exponential leadership potential and is committed to service as demonstrated through JROTC and other school activities. Presented to Chloe Colhane. Reserved Officers Association Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. Presented to an outstanding JROTC cadet who has demonstrated outstanding dedication to citizenship, knowledge of civic responsibility, military orientation, self-discipline, and a sound work ethic. This award is presented in grateful acknowledgement of these achievements. Presented to Emma Velasquez. The Military Order of the Purple Heart Award, presented by Command Sergeant Major Zoc. The Military Order of the Purple Heart Award recipient has a positive attitude and upholds the ideal of JROTC and our community. They demonstrate leadership potential, are active in school and community affairs, and maintain a B average in all their courses. Presented to Brantley Elkin. The 101st Airborne Division Association Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Richard Pack. Awarded to an exponential cadet who exhibits good moral character and leadership potential, is an example to their peers. Presented to Patrick Burnett. The Special Forces Association Award, presented by Command Sergeant Major Zoc. The United States Army Special Forces Association Award is presented to cadets who are proficient in all areas of JROTC, team competition, and display good citizenship and leadership within the community and schools. Presented to Flora Mendoza and Samora Hernandez. The National Soldiers Award presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. The recipient demonstrated pride and commitment to American values and demonstrated through attitude, commitment, and service in school and the community. Has demonstrated a high potential for military leadership. Presented to Isabel Gonzalez. The 82nd Airborne Division Association Award presented by First Sergeant Kraselic for outstanding leadership, military, and scholastic excellence and displaying the potential to succeed in potential further military career. Presented to Emily Shannon. Marine Corps JROTC Medal presented by Sergeant Aguilar. The Marine Corps JROTC Medal is presented to a cadet who is in good academic standing and has a high moral character. The recipient demonstrated a high degree of loyalty to the unit, school, and country. Presented to Eva Velasquez. Aguilar. Sorry. Aguilar. United States Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award presented by Sergeant Aguilar. The recipient is a varsity athlete who displays courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership, and who is also extremely exemplary citizen and positive role model for younger students. Presented to Tegan McSweeney and Alex Gillian. United States Marine Corps Scholastic Excellence presented by Sergeant Aguilar. This award recognizes noteworthy academic achievements and leadership in high school students. The recipient is an exemplary young citizen and role model for their peers. Presented to Aubrey Hires and Benjamin Murray. United States Marine Corps Spears Philidus Music Award, presented by Sergeant Aguilar. The Summerfields Award for Musical Excellence is presented to a student who displays traits that the Marine Corps considers as essential to being a good leader: endurance, acknowledge, selflessness, dependability, enthusiasm, and loyalty. Presented to Jeremiah Demore and Davian Randall. Would Anthony McCormick please join me on stage? Anthony is being recognized for his selection by the American Legion of the Attendant, Florida Boys State, this summer. Florida Boys State is a leadership and citizenship program where students learn how government works through hands-on experience. Participants from a mock state government build leadership skills and gain a deeper understanding of civic responsibility. Please join me in a round of applause for Anthony McCormick. At this time, we would like to recognize the cadets who qualified for state-level competition. This year, the Manatee High School Raider, Rifle, and Drill teams all earned the honor of advancing to their respective state competitions. Will the cadets who participated in these teams please stand at your seats to be recognized? Cadets, please be seated. Would Cadets Navis, Sosa, Velez, Emma Velasquez, Lopez, Thompson, and Christian please join us on stage? These cadets, commanded by Jocelyn Navis, achieved 4th place first out of 30 teams. Each of these cadets will receive a drill medal for placing top 5 at the state drill competition. Please join me in congratulating on a job well done. We will now transition to our battalion awards and will begin with the Principal Awards and Cane Pride Award, presented by the Principal, Ms. Fleming, and the Assistant Principal, Mr. Hall, and our JROTC instructors. The following cadets are awarded both the Principal Award and the Cane Pride Award for academic achievement, pride in JROTC and Manatee High School, and service to the community. Abraham Valadares, Alyssa Cantero, Ava Holmes, Brantley Elkin, Carlos Charles, Carlos Diaz, Carmela Fibilius, Keegan Cusack, Chloe Colhane, Clayton Guerrero, Dominic Jamison, Eliza Hires, Ellie Kissel, Elmer Perez, Emily Hammond, Ethan Trout, Alvarenga Randall, Everly Ramirez, Francisco Ramos, Hunter Brush, Isabel Menzaz, Jesus Cruz, Julian Rocha, Lenny Begier, Margaret Michael, Mia Gubernat, Marley Monterio, Naria Subar, Noah Blair, Ozzy Martinez, Patrick Burnett, Samuel Schuler, Samara Hernandez, Trinity Kelly, Wesley Burnett, and Zamara Zapoit. The Battalion Command Team, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sitlali Sosa and Cadet Sergeant Major Paige Christine will join us on stage to help present the remaining battalion awards. We would now like to recognize our top earning cadets from our annual fundraiser. Will the following cadets please join us on the stage? Ainsley Alexander, Alana Lopez, Elena Christian, Ellie Kissel, and Leah Lopez. The exceptional dedication of these 5 cadets have distinguished them as our top earners for this year's JROTC fundraiser. Their hard work and commitment have set a high standard of excellence and directly supports the success and future opportunities of our battalion. Each of these cadets will be awarded a fundraising arc symbolizing perseverance and pride in supporting our program. On behalf of the instructors, staff, and fellow cadets, we extend our sincere appreciation for your outstanding efforts and leadership. Please join me in congratulating our top fundraisers. The Academic Excellence Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford, awarded to one cadet per leadership level for the highest academic GPA. Lenny Bagier, Kevin Wang, Addison Golm, and Sitlali Sosa. The Senior Army Instructor Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford, awarded to cadets from all leadership levels for displaying the highest degree of leadership potential. Lenny Bougier, Jade Velasquez, Carter Nance, Tram Tran, Leah Lopez, Vanessa Burge, Johnny Prieto, and Connor Olfke. The Service Learning Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford, awarded to an outstanding cadet who have shown steadfast dedication to the Hurricane Battalion and the community. These cadets have participated and dedicated their time to attending all community service events. Presented to Carlos Perez and Jade Velasquez. The Presidential Physical Fitness Award. Will the following cadets please join us on stage? Sitlali Sosa, Paige Christine, Flora Mendoza, Elena Christian, Ansley Alexander, Brentley Elkin, and David Hernandez. These cadets have earned the Presidential Physical Fitness Award for achieving the 85th percentile nationally. Please give them a round of applause. The Most Improved Cadet, presented by Command Sergeant Major Zock, awarded to the cadet who has shown the most dramatic improvement since the start of the school year. Presented to Jared Harwood. The Best First Year Cadet presented by Sergeant Major Zoc, awarded to the first year cadet who has performed above and beyond the expectations of a cadet in their first year of the program. Presented to Lenny Bougere. General H. Norman Gorswaft Leadership Award nominee, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. We are proud to recognize Cadet Addison Gulm as Manatee High School's nominee for the West Point Society Florida West Coast General H. Norman Gorswaft Leadership Award. Addison is a junior who ranks in the top 4% of her class with a 4.37 weighted GPA and excels in rigorous academic coursework. She has been selected to serve as the battalion's operations officer next year and is a trusted leader who leads with maturity and confidence. Beyond JROTC, Addison holds leadership roles in multiple school organizations, completes extensive community service, and competes as a varsity student athlete in swimming and beach volleyball. Through her leadership, scholarship, athletic involvement, and character, Cadet Addison Gulm amplifies the values represented by General H. Norman Gorswaft's work and the United States military academic at West Point. The recipient of this award will be selected by the West Point Society at a further date. Please join me in congratulating Cadet Addison Gulm. The American Legend JROTC Cadet of the Year nominee, presented by Sergeant Major Zoc. We are proud to recognize Cadet Paige Christine as the Hurricane Battalion nominee for the American Legend JROTC Cadet of the Year Award. Paige currently serves as our Battalion Command Sergeant Major, where she is trusted by both instructors and cadets for her judgment and work ethic. During her time in JROTC, Paige has been a member of the drill team, color guard, and raider team, and as the commander of our Raider team, she led them to a second-place national finish at Fort Knox. She was also selected as the Command Sergeant Major for our National JROTC Cadet Leadership Course, responsible for more than 230 cadets from 12 high schools. Her character, commitment to service, and dedication to extremely true reflect the values of JROTC and the academic legend. The recipient of this award will be selected by the American Legend at a further date. Please join me in congratulating Cadet Paige Christine, our American Legend JROTC Cadet of the Year nominee. We will now present our final and most prestigious award this evening, the Superior Cadet Award, presented by Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. These medals are U.S. military decoration awards by the Department of the Army and limited to one outstanding cadet in each leadership development class. The Senior Superior Cadet Award is presented for outstanding leadership, academic achievements, and dedication to the core values of JROTC. The cadet's performance and character exemplifies the highest standards of the program and set the example for others to follow. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor. Brantley Elkin, Emma Velasquez, Fernando Mercado, and Citlali Sosa. We will now present cadet service certificates to all cadets who have completed their current LET level. Each cadet will receive a certificate for course completion. We ask that you hold your applause until after all the names for each company have been called. At this time, with the Alpha Company Command Team, Cadet Captain Brian Cross, Cadet First Sergeant Flora Mendoza, and Cadet Second Lieutenant Emily Shannon, please join me on stage to present their company certificates. Will the following cadets please make your way to the stage to receive your certificates? Again, please hold your applause until the end. Carlos Charles. Chloe Brown. Cohen Singular. Israel Diaz. Ixai Ino Carlos. Jared Harwood. Jesus Velasquez. Jeremy Maxwell. I skipped someone. Iro.
No.
What is that?
He's not here.
They told me he was. Joaquin Pina. Kaylin Cornell. Lillian Morse. Luis Ortiz. Miguel Garcia. Ozzy Martinez. Patrick Burnett. Pushka Gideon. Roberto Calvo. Jairo Carrillo. Rosa Lizama. Sophia Yang. Tony LeBoy. Yomar Torres. Zimmerman Spencer. Please join me in a round of applause for Alpha Company. Would Bravo Company Command Team Cadet Captain Leo Lopez, Cadet First Sergeant Jeremiah Demore, and Cadet Second Lieutenant Benjamin Murray please join me on stage to present their company certificates?
Force them to go at your pace. Go faster.
Okay. Amari Estrada. Brentley Elkin. Christian Knock. Emily Hammond. Danielle Estrada. Emily Hammond. Ethan Trout. Fernando Dubon. Genesis Alvarenga. Jaden Papandrea. Jasmine Yappies. Josiah Randall. Jonathan Torres. Camila De Jesus. Lindsay Hernandez. Margaret Michelson. Michael. Maxwell Steiner Woods. Noel Clayton. Cloel. Olivia Burkhart. Precious Timmons. Zamara Hernandez. Tegan Fryman. Tramley Tran. Please join me in a round of applause for Bravo Company. Would the Charlie Company Command Team, Cadet Captain Johnny Prieto, Cadet First Sergeant Elena Christian, and Cadet Second Lieutenant Davian Randall please join me on stage to present their company certificates? Will the following cadets please make your way to the stage to receive your certificates? Again, please hold your applause until the end. Abraham Valadares, Olivia Stoner, Brandon Castro, Brian Marquez, Marion Yo, Chloe Colhane, Dominic Jamerson, Elia Hires, Ellie Kissel, Elma Perez, Enrique Lopez, Evelyn Perez, Isabel Gonzalez, Jay Strickland, Jenelise Hernandez, Jesus Cruz, Kennedy Golm, Chloe Cornell, Kimberly Vasquez, Lizette Espinoza, Marcario Ramos, Mason Pace, Madison Pace, Ramori Albertin, Samuel Schuler, Trinity Kelly, Wesley Brandt, Bennett. Please join me in a round of applause for Charlie Company. Would the Delta Company Command Team, Cadet Captain Connor Olfke, Cadet First Sergeant Carter Nance, and Cadet Second Lieutenant Jose Hernandez please join me on stage to present their company certificates? Will the following cadets please make your way to the stage to receive your certificates? Again, please hold your applause until the end. Adrian Barcenas, Alan Elisme, Alexander Gillian, Alyssa Cantor, Beckett Colhane, Caden Knox, Carmilla Fabilius, Channing Spivey, Daniel Papandrea, Eric Zurita, Evangeline Randall, Franklin Torres, Julia Sanders, Jaden Barrera, Jaden Campbell, Jesus Vega, Joshua Thompson, Julian Rocha, Junior Maldonado, Madison Densberger, Marcielina Gartineres, Marcavia Johnson, Melanie Escusio, Mia Gubernat, Nayela Subar, Ariana Estrada, Oscar DeLeon, Peyton Locke, Promise Souders, Riley Clevenger, Rosario Garcia, Sky Greenwood, William Boschwink, Zacharias Leon, Ziv Martinez. Please join me in a round of applause for Delta Company. With the Echo Company Command Team, Cadet 2nd Lieutenant Ansley Alexander, Cadet 1st Sergeant David Hernandez, and Cadet 1st Lieutenant Anthony Mercado join me on stage to present their company certificates. Will the following cadets please make your way to the stage to receive your certificates? Again, please hold your applause until the end. Elia Lopez, Anthony Garrado, Ava Holmes, Bracia Valeria, Brianna Perez, Cameron Kelly, Carlos Perez, Keegan Cusack, Clayton Durero, Damon Williams, Darrell McNeil, Darian Talley, Demi Martinez Moy, Dalen Bayless, Edward Romero, Faith Smith, Gracia Hernandez, Hunter Brush, Israel Ramirez, Jacob Brown, Janelis Hernandez, Caden Roach, Cole Carswell, Kayla Rosario, Lenny Bougere, Marley Albritton, Matthew Hanscat, Marley Monterio, Renzo Castros, Xavier LeBoy, Samantha Zapoit. Please join me in a round of applause for Echo Company. At this time, we would like to thank all of the families and friends who have helped out the Hurricane Battalion throughout the year. Without your continued support, we would not be able to do all these things we do in JROTC. Will the following ladies and gentlemen please make your way to the stage? We also welcome their cadets to accompany them on the stage. Please hold your applause until all the guests have received their awards. Mr. Cody Dennings, Miss Leah Hersmick, Miss Jennifer Burge, Miss Luristo Perez, Miss Katie Alexander, Mr. Ray Shannon, Mrs. Judy Shannon, Mrs. Jamie Christian, Mr. David Christian, Mrs. Daisy Martinez, Mrs. Sharon Nance, Mrs. Esmeralda Palitsko, Miss Nicole Bailey, Mrs. Latasha Williams, Miss Lina Campero Mayan, and Mr. Jose Mercado Mendoza. Please join me in a round of applause for these parents and friends of the program for their continued support. Thank you.
I did. That's nice. Okay.
All done good.
We would also like to recognize our cadets that have committed to joining the armed forces either upon graduation from high school or college. U.S. Army, Brian Cross, Anthony Mercado, Jarimar Velez, Jasady Diaz, Miguel Garcia, Paige Christine, Citlali Sosa, and Flora Mendoza. Go, keep going. U.S. Marines, Jose Rodriguez, Jarimar Demore. U.S. Coast Guard, Lucas Toy. Now we would like to congratulate two of our seniors who have been awarded college scholarships. Will Flora Mendoza, Paige Cassine, and their families please come onto the stage? Paige Christine is receiving a 3-year, full-tuition Army ROTC scholarship. Flora Mendoza is receiving a $2,500 scholarship from the Military Officers Association of America and a 3-year, full-tuition Army ROTC scholarship. Congratulations to Flora and Paige. Please return to your seats. At this time, we will show a tribute to our senior cadets and present a few final senior cadet speeches.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say,
somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that blast first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past, while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days.
announcers going? Oh. For our first senior speech, Sergeant Major Jarimar Velez.
I'm low-key a little bit nervous, okay? Good evening, everyone. I want to thank God and my parents for being here. I love you, Mom and Dad. It's honestly crazy to stand here as a senior cadet after 4 years because it feels like it all just started yesterday. It all started back in 8th grade when our counselors came to talk to us about picking classes. I remember me and Ansley choosing JROTC, and everybody was like, "You're gonna hate it. They're gonna yell at you. It's gonna be hard." And I'm not gonna lie, I believed them a little. I remember my very first day walking into the JROTC building, seeing Sergeant Major for the first time, and thinking to myself, what did I really get into? But standing here today, I can say that decision changed my life. JROTC didn't just teach me discipline or leadership. It gave me something way bigger than that. It gave me a family. The friendships I made here turned into something I'll carry with me forever. For the twins, Eva and Jade, always knowing how to make me laugh. To Alex, constantly telling me to shut up, but still playing around with me. To Tegan and me making TikToks like we didn't have responsibilities. Leah and I always laughing and talking about everything. Camila, you know, we were always laughing. And Sky always knew exactly how to make me smile no matter what kind of day I was having. And to Garcia, the friendship that really became like family. Yeah. Even though we would argue, always fight, and I never listened. Thank you. You've always been there for me, and honestly, you're like the older brother I never had. We all became so close, and those are friendships I know I will never forget. I always wanted to take a moment to thank our instructors, because you didn't just teach me, you changed my life, and not just mine, but my sister's too. You guys took us in like one of y'all's own, and we really appreciate that. Sergeant Major, thank you for everything. Even though we argued all the time, and let's be real, you probably just liked making me mad. But you always believed in me. You always pushed me, even when I didn't think I could push myself anymore. And because of that, you made me stronger. Colonel, the one that always gave me nicknames, thank you for always being there for me, not just in JROTC, but in helping me figure out my future. You took the time to guide me, give me advice, and make sure I was on the right path. That meant more to me than you probably know, and I'm really grateful for everything you've done for me. And First Sergeant, not only were you also the person that gave me nicknames like Ice Queen, Pink Jesus, but you always knew how to make me laugh. No matter what kind of day it was, you brought me energy and positivity, and that meant more than you probably know. All three of you guys have been there for my sister and I through everything, and we truly appreciate you. You made a lasting impact on our lives that we will never forget. To all the cadets sitting here today, I'm proud of you. Keep going. I know it gets hard sometimes. I know there's days when you're mad, sad, or annoyed, but keep going. Push through it, grow through it, become the best version of yourself, because I promise you it's all worth it at the end. And before I finish, I want to leave you guys with a quote from Bad Bunny. Mientras uno esté vivo, uno debe amar lo más que pueda, which means while you're alive, love with all your heart, because you never know when it might be your last. And that's exactly what JROTC taught me, to give my all, to appreciate the people around me, and to never take these moments for granted. And as for me, I will forever be thankful for this experience. JROTC gave me so much more than I ever expected, and it will always have a special place in my heart. Well, this is Operations Sergeant Major Jarimar Velez Martinez signing out. Thank you.
Our next senior speech will be Ansley Alexander.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Ansley. I had the honor of serving as Echo Company's company commander this year. Love you guys. Standing here tonight is truly an honor. JROTC has been more than just a class or an extracurricular. It's been a place that's challenged me, pushed me, and helped me shape the person I am becoming. It gave me discipline, leadership, confidence, and plenty of moments where I had to learn the hard way. And let's be honest, sometimes the hard way seemed to be my specialty. There was moments when I doubted myself, moments when I fell short, moments when I wondered if I was really cut out for this responsibility I had been given. But JROTC taught me something important. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. And sometimes it's exactly what pushes you to become better than you were before. This program taught me how to take corrections without falling apart, how to lead even when I was nervous, how to keep showing up on days when I felt completely overwhelmed. JROTC did not just teach me how to wear a uniform, it taught me how to carry myself with strength, resilience, and pride. I want to thank my instructors for their guidance, their patience, and for always pushing me to be better, even when I probably looked like I had everything under control. I absolutely did not. Sorry, Sergeant Major. I also want to thank the cadets and friends who made this program feel like home. Eva, Chloe, Jade, Jari, Tegan, Jocelyn, and Sky. I love you guys so much. Some of my favorite memories in JROTC were not just the ceremonies or the competitions or the accomplishments. They're the moments in between, the laughter, the chaos, the teamwork, and the way we always found a way to come together no matter how stressful things got. We made it through, usually with determination, sometimes with pure confusion, but we still made it through. But JROTC is not the only reason why I'm standing here tonight. When I think about how I got here, I don't just think about my own hard work. I think about my mom and the sacrifices she's made for me. Mom, everything I am today is because of you. Your strength, your encouragement, and yes, your very passionate motivational speeches. But most importantly, your love. Thank you for loving me through every bad grade, every bad decision, and every I have no idea what I'm doing moments. Thank you for being a shoulder to cry on when I needed comfort, and also knowing exactly when to tell me to put my big girl pants on and suck it up, Buttercup. Honestly, that might have been one of your greatest teachings. Mama, if I've made you proud tonight, I hope you know I'm just as proud to be your daughter, and this moment is not just mine, it's ours. I also want to thank my boyfriend, Carter. Carter, thank you for always being in my corner. Thank you for being there on the stressful days, the emotional days, and the days when I was one minor inconvenience from losing my mind. You have a way of turning some of my stormiest days into sunny skies, and your support has meant more to me than you know. And finally, I want to dedicate the last part of my speech to my dad. Even though you cannot be here in person tonight, I know you're watching over me from heaven. The 14 years we had together were some of the best 14 years of my life. You taught me how to live life to the fullest, laugh often, and make the most out of every moment, from teaching me how to ride a bike to teaching me how to ride my first dirt bike at just the ripe age of 5 years old. The memories I have on my little Suzuki riding around with my brother, who I wanted to be better and faster than. Let's just say I'm still working on that to this day. I love you so much, Kaden. My other favorite memories were our daddy-daughter dates where we never really had a plan, and somehow that always made them even better. We would end up in the most random places, doing the most random things, but those become the best adventures of my life. Dad, thank you for every lesson, every laugh, every memory, and for now being my guardian angel. I know you are guiding me as I find my way through this crazy adventure called life. And tonight, as I stand here as a JROTC cadet for the last time, I hope I've made you proud. I love you and miss you more than words could fully ever express. To my family, my instructors, my friends, and everyone who helped me become who I am today, thank you. This chapter of my life may be ending, but everything JROTC has given me will stay with me for the rest of my life. Cadet Second Lieutenant Ansley Alexander, signing out.
The next senior speech is Anthony Mercado.
Hold up. Just give me a second. Testing. All right. Before I begin, I want to congratulate all the cadets that got a special award or a ribbon or a fundraising arc to all the cadets. So give a round of applause for them. I want to say good evening to instructors, fellow cadets, families, and honor guests. I can't help but look back where the journey started and forward to exactly where it's taking me now to progress. When I first joined this program, I wasn't sure what this program was. I just thought it was pure military, just a lot of hardcore training and just a lot of yelling, which part of it's kind of true. But regardless, many of us were unsure what to expect. Some of us were nervous or simply curious or honestly just didn't want to be there. But regardless, how much this program would eventually shape who we are. Over the years, for me, it became a place where I learned that responsibility and respect and teamwork aren't just words or you memorize for a board. They are the foundation of a person's character and should take with you throughout your whole life. I learned that leadership isn't about being the loudest person in the room or having the highest rank. I learned that being a true leader is a servant who lifts others up, sets the example when no one's watching, and takes total responsibility when things get difficult. Every drill practice, every inspection, every early morning, every challenge helped build that discipline and never quit mindset that will carry me for the rest of my life. Being part of this program gave me something more valuable, to never quit at anything. We pushed each other to improve, we held each other accountable, and celebrate each other's success like today. But remember that the uniform we wear today stands for honor, integrity, and respect. And every time we put it on, we carry the weight of representing our program. I want to take a moment to thank our instructors. Thank you for the mentorship, your patience, and dedication. You challenge us to become better cadets, but more importantly, you challenge us to become better people. The lessons you taught us will stay with us long after we turn our uniforms. One instructor I like to give my thanks to is Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. He was the one instructor that really stands me out the most with his dedication and his commitment to the program. As when I first joined JROTC, the first team I joined was Color Guard, but the real team that really set me apart was the drill team, as his faith through the drill team really brought me inspiration to become a commander as my senior year, winning 2 trophies, which one was 3rd place at the first comp and the second place, but didn't make it to districts and didn't make it to states. But regardless, Lieutenant Colonel Crawford, thank you for your experience and you teaching us how to march and how to stay in step and the regulation for our haircuts and everything. I'll carry that through my life. As I move forward from high school, I'm proud to share my next step as continuing my journey by enlisting in the United States Army as a 12th combat engineer. This path means a lot, as combat engineers are the soldiers who build, clear obstacles and make the way forward possible for everybody else. It is a job that requires strength, intelligence, and total resilience on your team, values that we were first planted in me right here in this program. The Army will bring me new challenges, tougher training, and heavy weight of responsibility, but because everything I learned here, I flew ready. It gave me the foundation to the steps that onto that plane and the bus to basic training and the confidence with purpose. And even though I'm going with the Iran war going on, I'm still proud to fight for this country and for its people. To my family, thank you for believing in me and staying for every step of my way, and your support is the reason I'm standing here today. So thank you, my mom and dad, sitting in the seats over there. Thank you for helping me when I first went 17, signing that paper for enlistment papers, and setting my way to MEPS, and later enlisting to become a combat engineer. And to my friends that I want to mention, to the highlights most, Brian Cross, Johnny Prieto, and Connor Olkey, David Hernandez, and many others. And to my younger brother, which I'm proud of, becoming the Battalion XO for next year to take charge of all the staff. I'm very proud of him for where he became as the S6 and pushing forward to become the Battalion XO, having that high responsibility and him knowing what to do with that position of power. As we move forward, whether we're continuing this program, graduating, pursuing new goals, let us carry the lessons of leadership, courage, and service. This program has shaped who we are today, but it is up to us to decide who we become tomorrow. I'm proud of where I came from, I'm proud of this program, and I'm ready to take the next step forward. Thank you, and stay motivated.
The next senior speech will be by Brian Cross.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am First Lieutenant Brian Cross, and tonight I'd like to talk about what I've experienced through JROTC throughout the years. I've experienced many challenges, and sometimes I've even felt like quitting and giving up, but the most important thing I've learned is to cherish the moments you spend with your friends and family, because they really help you get through the tough moments. I'd like to thank my company commander, Angel Santiago, for my LET 2 year. He was one of the best role models I could have ever asked for. He taught me what it was to be a good leader and lead by example, and for that I'm grateful. I'd also like to thank my friends here tonight and my family, especially my mom and my dear sister Alia, who's in the crowd right now. Although we haven't gotten along at times, she's always been there for me when I needed her most. I'd also like to congratulate our drill team this year for making it to states, so give them a round of applause. But most importantly, as you guys go throughout high school, don't let the little things get to you, okay? Just keep going on and you'll make it through in life. I'd also like to thank our instructors, especially Lieutenant Colonel Crawford. He's really helped guide me throughout the years. But good night, and thank you for having me.
The following speech will be by Flora Mendoza.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's had a great award ceremony so far and a fulfilling year. I know I have. It's been my second year in JROTC, also my last year, unfortunately. As the instructors always remind me, my 2-year shelf life's finally expiring. Just like the first Mendoza before me, my brother, some of you guys might remember him. He's in the crowd right there, recording on his hat. He's been a huge inspiration for me and the reason I'm in this program at all. Coincidentally, I copied just about everything he did, from being in Raiders to Best Raider to specifically Alpha Company's first sergeant. Thank you, Rocco, for never giving up on trying to convince me to join JROTC, because it's been one of the best experiences of my high school years. And I know it was a really hard thing convincing me. You had to recruit a lot of people. One of those recruits being the now retiring CSM Christine. Well, I know her better as Paige. She has been the best Raider commander I could have hoped for and my #1 supporter as I found my way entering junior year. I've caught up to you now, though, and I hope we can be each other's #1 supporters as we follow the same careers in college, Army ROTC. I'm excited to start that new chapter with you. You've shown me that finding success in JROTC is about finding the group of friends that can support you. Like my battle buddy, Christian, we've gone through every step from being placed in Charlie Company our first year to climbing up the ranks and everything together. She was at every football game, Raider competition, drill meet, and big buddy event with me. It's probably why we became first sergeants together as well. Unfortunately, I have to leave you now, but I know you'll continue to excel without me. And I want to leave you cadets with some advice. My philosophy throughout high school has always been to take advantage of every opportunity. In high school, you have opportunities you'll never have outside again. And I don't mean getting extra food at the cafeteria. I mean, joining that new club, doing that new sport. You'll never know what you're capable of until you give it a try. I never believed that I could be in Raiders, but ask any girl on that team that I was capable of it, even doing Best Raider, of course, with my amazing battle buddy. And it's been one of the best experiences coming into JROTC and Raiders. You just need to get through the bumps at the beginning of the road, and you'll find your way. So I just want to say my final thank you to my parents for always supporting me, motivating me to never give up on the challenges I faced. Anytime I was hesitant to do something, you guys would tell me, "Sí, FIFA, claro, hazlo." Thanks to my instructors for always guiding me and motivating me to stay on task, never chickening out of something I'd worked hard to earn. Thanks to the cadets above and before me for setting an example, and the family of fun, loving, dependable friends who were always there to lean on, and are the reason I will always cherish my memories in high school. Well, goodbye now, and I'll miss you all so much.
Our final senior speech will be by Paige Christine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cadet Command Sergeant Major Paige Christine, and I've had the honor of being a part of the top leadership in our battalion, helping lead and support 230 cadets throughout this year. I once sat in the seats filled by my cadets tonight, but I had a vision. I remember hearing our old battalion commander stand right here and give his senior speech, and I knew I wanted to be leading from the top just like him. The last time I was on this stage, I took this position not knowing what the year would hold, but what I did know was the cadet I had been and what I had contributed to the program. The craziest part about this is, if you told freshman me I had this responsibility, I would have believed you, but I wouldn't have understood how I got there. Back then, I was what Sergeant Major called a steely-eyed, low-bellied cadet. Showing up every day with excuses. I was chasing big softball dreams. I used them as my reason to say no every time he asked me to join Raiders. I can't, I have softball. Then, one day, everything changed. It all started in a simple Raider formation. I remember cadets sounding off like their life depended on it, and watching my old first sergeant lead the stretches. From that day forward, I knew this was exactly what I wanted to do. I'll never forget hearing my name called for the female varsity team. My first year, I went to state and nationals and competed in all 5 events. After that season, our commander graduated, and I realized how much this team meant to me. I wanted to step up. I worked for months to prove I was the best option because I knew I had it in me to lead the team to success. For someone who'd only been on the team a year, this was a huge ask. Then one day, I saw my picture on the wall as female varsity commander. I wouldn't trade my experience as the commander for anything in the world. With every time I stood in the PT field to call Raiders fall in, I never took it lightly because I knew the impact that every formation had. My junior year, I led Echo Company as the first sergeant, and every day I tried to lead with humility because I wanted my cadets to be better than I was as a Let 1. I was proud of my high-achieving cadets, but Sergeant Major reminded me to focus on the ones who needed the most help. I realized the cadets who needed it the most are usually the ones in the back, and they're the ones who can grow if someone believes in them. When I think of the Hurricane Battalion, I do not just see a program, I see a family. I see the Raider team that I led for 2 years and see my brothers and sisters. I see my best friend Flora, my favorite person to sing Kevin Gates songs with and try random foods with just because, and the one I know will be right next to me as my maid of honor one day. I see Shannon, who pushed me even when I thought I couldn't do something. I remember the laughs with Tony every time we were out making things happen in the program. I see Burge and recognize all of her growth. I reminisce about all of the great advice from Lieutenant Colonel Crawford along with his great stories, and I recall all of the laughs with First Sergeant Koselik. But my ultimate inspiration comes from my best friend, the dazzling woman whom I received my name and my life's blood, Leah Hernoicki. Yes, Mom, that line is from Gilmore Girls, and I've held on to it for years because I know you love the show. You haven't just been my role model. You've been the reason I push myself to be better every day. I can't say I remember one Raider meet you weren't there, but the fact that you dedicated so much of your time means the world to me. Everything I strive for, every goal I chase is driven to make you proud. I don't know if she ever realized it, but the person I most wanted to be was her. Adam, you've been in my life for years, and you're the reason I joined this program in the first place. You stepped into a pair of shoes that were difficult to fill, but you exceeded the expectation. I've gotten everything from my music taste to my obsession with shoes from you, but more importantly, you've taught me to be confident in who I am. You may not be my biological dad, but in my eyes, you've earned the title. Finally, Sergeant Major Zoc. Where's he at? If I had to tell a stranger about you, I would tell them you are a character unlike anyone I'd ever met. And this is true because I have never met anyone who makes an impact on a group of people like you. If I could go back in time and press the restart button all the way back 4 years, I would, just to sit in the Let One seats again to hear your stories. I hope you know, my Let One year, you impacted me so much just by simply believing in me that I just wanted to prove you right. From that year forward, everything I did in this battalion was to repay you. I will never forget going to all of the commanders meeting with you at Raider Comps and you telling me I better go back and get my team locked in, or getting to lead the camp at JCLC with you during the summer, or all of the words of encouragement as you chose me to be the Raider commander. The truth is, after any trophy we won, or any successes in the battalion, the first person I looked to celebrate with was you. Although you tell me I will continue to be a great leader in the Army one day, I will always miss getting to hear your smart remarks or one of your stories. Since my Let One year, you have always cared about my plans for the future, which is why you were the first person I told when I received my Army ROTC scholarship. Seeing how proud you were meant so much to me. I can't wait to use this opportunity to carry everything you've taught with me. One day, I hope I can be as great as a leader as you were and make an impact on a group of people like you. I have been lucky to have a mentor like you every single day, and I will always consider you family, and I will always come back. I hope I was able to make you proud, Sergeant Major. I truly hope I was the leader that cadets in this program remember and can say I inspired them to do something that they never thought they could do. Leaders, always remember there will always be a cadet that views you as someone they look up to. Cadets, never sell yourself short and always get involved in the program. I always told all of my cadets, you will get more respect if you at least showed up and tried instead of not showing up at all. As a great leader once told me, every time you walk through these doors, no matter what you are going through, always set it aside and remember the responsibility you have and give it 110% every day. And although I'll never get to go to JCLC again, sit through another Raider ceremony, or get 7th period with everyone, the memories will never fade, and it was fun while it lasted. No matter how many teachers or instructors I have, Sergeant Major, Colonel, and First Sergeant will always have had the biggest impact. Leaving this battalion will be one of the hardest things to do, but everything I have learned from the program has built me to who I will be in the future. And if you think you are tired, don't feel that bad because Sergeant Major has an hour drive home after this. Cadet Command Sergeant Major Paige Christine signing off for the last time. I love you, battalion. Y'all made me proud this year, all right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now conduct the battalion change of command ceremony. The change of command ceremony symbolizes the tradition of command responsibility from the outgoing to the incoming commander. The key to the change of command is the passing of the unit's colors. These colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its members. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his or her responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there are also colors. The custodian of the colors is the sergeant major. As the senior enlisted soldier in the unit, the principal advisor to the commander. Their ceremony begins as Cadet Command Sergeant Major Paige Christine passes the colors to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sitlali Sosa for the last time. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sitlali Sosa passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Crawford, thereby relinquishing her responsibilities and authority. Lieutenant Colonel Crawford passes the colors to Cadet Emma Velasquez, charging the new commander with the same responsibility and authority. Cadet Velasquez passes the colors to Cadet Elena Christian, charging her with the duties and responsibilities as the new battalion command sergeant major. By authority of the Senior Army Instructor, Manatee High School, JROTC, United States Army Cadet Command, the undersigned assumes command of the Manatee High School, JROTC Hurricane Battalion, signed Cadet Emma Velasquez, commanding. Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing battalion commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sitlali Sosa.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start off by thanking all of you for coming to this special ceremony. Ms. Fleming, Mr. Hall, distinguished guests, cadets, and families, your presence truly makes it more meaningful. I'd like to start off by expressing my sincere gratitude to our instructors, who not only shaped this battalion, but also who I've become as a leader and as a person. They've taught me and shown me different perspectives of how to be a leader. First Sergeant taught me to not be so serious all the time, always putting a smile on my face and making me laugh. Every time I had a conversation with him, he always found a funny comment or joke, instantly brightening up my mood. He showed me to not stress over so many things. Command Sergeant Major Zock taught me to always push myself and strive for the best version of myself. Even though it sometimes felt like you were just criticizing me, I've come to learn that you weren't just nitpicking, but rather encouraging me to do better. Command Sergeant Major Zock has always shown his care through tough love, which was sometimes difficult to understand. He taught me to not let people's judgments get to me and how to be thick-skinned when needed. And to Lieutenant Colonel Crawford, thank you for always reassuring me that I'll do great right before my events whenever I'm freaking out. You've served me as a mentor, always making sure I'm okay and assuring me I'm doing a good job with the battalion. Your quick thinking, calm demeanor, and humility have inspired me deeply to become the best version of myself. Thank you for always being there to help and give advice, even if it wasn't JROTC related. And of course, thank you for the Chick-fil-A lunches. They never went unappreciated. También quiero agradecer a mi familia por todo, sus sacrificios, esfuerzo y tiempo que me dedicaron. Despertar cada día a las 5 de la mañana para llevarme a prácticas, eventos y competencias. Por siempre escuchar mis conversaciones sobre el programa cada vez que llegaba a la casa. Aunque han pasado muchas cosas últimamente, esos son los momentos que siempre recordaré. Without all of you, I wouldn't be the leader I am today, which I still cannot believe I had the honor to serve as the battalion commander this year. When I first enrolled into JROTC, I didn't come seeking a leadership position, as I had always been as quiet as a mouse, like Command Sergeant Major Zock always likes to say. The initial reason I joined JROTC was simply to prove that I was better than my sister, since at the time we didn't get along. P.S. Thank you, Luz Sosa, for giving me the ambition to join. I joined all the teams I could, making a lot of connections with people, which encouraged me to stay for all 4 years. Yet, even towards the end of my first year, I hadn't even considered a leadership position. During our JPA cadet interviews, I remember the grader asking the Let ones, "What do you want to be by the time you leave the program?" The other Let ones answered that they wanted to be first sergeants, as they were juniors and only had 1 year left. When the grader got to me, I panicked and answered that I wanted to be a first sergeant as well, knowing full-heartedly I despised talking in front of people. When he realized I was a freshman, he told me I should strive for more, and by the end of my 4 years, I should be the battalion commander. When I heard this, I thought to myself, what the heck is he thinking? I would never be the battalion commander. Yet, I didn't say anything and just nodded. As we got closer to the end of the year, the leadership rosters came out, and I had received the position of a company XO. I was extremely proud of this achievement, but was absolutely terrified and even cried from the fear. The following year, I served as Charlie Company's XO alongside Karen Balbuena as my company commander and Teresa Rayborn as my first sergeant. Although I do admit there was quite a bit of drama throughout the year, I'm truly glad I was able to lead a company with them. They taught me how to deal with conflicts, lead by example, and showed me that I don't need a facade as a leader, but rather be myself, as being a leader is something you grow into. During my LED3 year, I received the position of Operational Sergeant Major, though this wasn't my best year. During this year, I stopped participating in the teams and events to focus more on my academics. So while my academic grades were looking pretty nice and I was happily proud, Command Sergeant Major Zoc wasn't. He nearly fired me. Now, my performance wasn't terrible. I still did my job, but the thing is, as the Op Sergeant Major, there isn't much to do. So in Command Sergeant Major Zoc's eyes, I was doing absolutely nothing. Thankfully, Brody Hall and Claire Bailey, last year's battalion commander and XO, were there to back me up and help me not get fired. Looking back, I can see Command Sergeant Major Zoc just wanted me to excel, though his tough love sure did make it seem like I was the worst cadet out there. Although I didn't get fired, it was definitely a wake-up call. So Claire Bailey gave me task after task, teaching me and guiding me throughout my job. Thank you so much, Claire, for pushing me to achieve more than what I thought was possible. Serving as the battalion commander this year has truly been a rewarding experience. Though there might have been some headaches along the way, I will sincerely miss working with such a talented and supportive team. I saw you all as my family, and like Dom Toretto says, there's nothing stronger than family. My journey throughout JROTC taught me to never doubt myself and think anything is impossible, because there's always a way. Just because you're down for a day, a week, or even a year, don't let that stop you from achieving your goals. The key to growth is perseverance. So, while freshman year me thought that I would never become the battalion commander, I now stand here as proof that hard work, determination, and perseverance can take you further than you've ever imagined. I would also like to say I'm extremely proud of what the Hurricane Battalion accomplished this year. We achieved many goals, including exceeding our target of a 5% increase in physical fitness, something we haven't been able to achieve in years, as well as reaching 81% participation in Big Buddy, our highest percentage so far. We also passed our JPA with flying colors, receiving a 99.29%, the highest percentage in the county. None of this would have been possible without the dedication, perseverance, and motivation from all the cadets. Thank you to all the cadets for striving to be the best versions of yourselves and making these achievements possible. Although these goals will for sure be hard for the upcoming leadership to surpass, I have no doubt they'll find a way and achieve this. I cannot wait to see what the future leadership holds for the battalion, especially under the command of Emma Velasquez, the new battalion commander. Emma carries a strong work ethic, positive attitude, and exemplifies what it is to be a leader. Every day, she comes into JROTC with an ambitious mindset, motivated to get things done, and always looking for something new to work on. She's always willing to help anyone and everyone, and I am extremely proud of what she's accomplished these past 2 years and cannot wait to see how she continues to grow this program. Thank you all for allowing me to have the privilege of serving you as the 2025 to 2026 Battalion Commander. Love, Sosa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Battalion Commander, Cadet Emma Velasquez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As we conclude this special ceremony, I want to give a huge thanks to all of you who showed up and came to support our cadets and battalion. I'd also like to thank leadership, staff, and the instructors for being able to confide in me as the battalion commander of this remarkable program. Additionally, I want to thank my family and friends for always supporting me in my dreams and the 2025 to 2026 leadership and staff for shaping this battalion into something truly exceptional. I cannot wait to continue to help the battalion thrive and make a positive impact. I am truly honored and look forward to this upcoming year. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our award ceremony. Thank you for attending and have a great evening.